Center. I hope you're having fun because this is it, the final game in tonight's broadcast. It's playoffs, day number 2, season 12 AP BREN versus RSG PH.
And Guinevere is the hill that they're gonna die on today. As we do see that they are trying to resolve any possibility of this Hilda going in here. And Owen just throwing everything it's got, but it's a level 1. Not really quite ready to go duke it out yet, but drive by, not going to be successful for the meantime.
Okay, how do you build XP lane Baksha? Is this the right way to do it?
Well, looking at it, the difference now is, it's a tenacity, concussive blast, agility. So earlier, I believe we saw actually Wilderness Blessing on the feet of Nas in the XP lane Baksha. And it's interesting because it was actually the Baksha that got out of lane first. But now Nas is trying to equalize that with aggressive play against Flap TZ in lane.
All right. Rockhart, you talk about how it's the jungle Guinevere that RSGPH dies on.
Yeah.
What about that XP lane Baksha, man? Am I correct to say that this is the second time we've seen this all season long?
Yes.
And it happened in the same series.
Same series.
All right, here we go.
That's a beautiful engagement. But again, there's really no one to hold people down here.
From both sides.
Right? So it's going to have to be just pokes after pokes here. And I'm not sure who's going to come out on top with that one.
This is an underground bare knuckle boxing fight where both fighters have just Vaseline all over. There's a lot of damage, but like, how do you stick it?
That's right.
My brain was trying to process, what's that word of Vaseline? All right, everything's just slipping.
Yeah. Baby oil, just right? Everybody's so slippery.
No one's got any grasp. Not to mention there is a Matilda in the field. So RSG's going to have a little bit of an up +1, but there's another realm. So
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. Okay, Nats. Let's stop Ogun here.
Problematic. Ogun could still be in trouble
Where you
here.
going?
He's overstaying his welcome. I don't know why he stayed there that long, but they got first blood, and they get that turtle.
Here
So
we
maybe
go!
that's the plan. They also give over the kill. Whoa.
All right,
That was quick.
roamer for a roamer. And I'm just, again, waiting for these fights to break out, much like it did in game number 4. But it looks like both teams are super disciplined right now. Both teams understand, all right, we can't let any of our slip-ups come through here. Despite us both having weird drafts, we got to play this perfectly.
Now, AP BREN, with all the slipperiness, there's a lot of ways for them to tackle this fight. Well, for RSG, it's objectives, roam together. AP BREN can afford to split. So it's a styles clash, actually. But when it comes into actual clashes, it's just going to be a mess, which I really like.
Check this out. Why Bush control from Kyle Teasy.
Assassination attempt here, but there will be a shielding. Not going to be enough, though. Evan still goes down. Light could still be in a bit of a pickle here. Super Marco very happy with the result of this for sure. Let's get more of this outer turret energy shield here. Irad again. It's so hard to hit that. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Ray Ash would know. He's watching with a big grin on his face.
You know
but
it.
I am not convinced. Watching the first 4 minutes of this game, it's very difficult to get these combos off.
Shows this. Let's see if RSG will get pressured here in this purple timeout. No, doesn't look like it. But yeah, AP BREN, it's a different version of what they showed off earlier.
It's going to be a big dive in there. Owen going to be the target. Nice save there from Captain Pew right there. Just making it out in the nick of time. While all of that's happening, though, Emman going to go down a second time here on the goal lane.
And this is what we're talking about. It's on the side of AP BREN, it's a, hey, look at this hand, but then it's a misdirection. My other hand is the one about to smack you in the face, while RSG are just trying to protect each other, grouping up either as 4 or usually as 4 actually, and that opens up Emman in his lane still. We're still in the laning phase, susceptible to the fanny of Kyle TZ. AP BREN are playing this really well right now, while RSG, they will get to a point where they will be competitive against this lineup, but it's going to take some time.
That sequence, I see it now. Front hand, backhand.
Yep.
I hope RSG don't fall for it as often as they have here the first 5 minutes of the game. 3-1, first turtle scored by AP BREN. They have the advantage here, retribution range.
Yeah, Kyle TZ will still be the one to secure it. No big surprises there. Obviously, Irad way down there, trying to get some kills onto Super Marco. But AP BREN, they know.
Well, the map belongs to AP BREN. This is how far ahead AP BREN is. You see that first item pickup, the Malefic Roar.
Yeah, he got to build that really fast because he even built a Fury Hammer and then even the attack speed dagger before going into the Malefic Roar. So it just goes to show how rich at this point Calteezy is.
Yep,
Yeah.
and if you do the math, the economy only checks out if you can afford an early Malefic Roar. That's how all the penetration adds up.
Yeah, most of the gold, even though it's a small gold lead, it's actually on the side of the gold laner
Yep.
for AP BREN, so that's a big difference compared to if the gold was spaced out across the members.
Yeah, very different tempos. The tempo Calteezy is playing on right now. Very fast, and RSG are now getting to the point where they're trying to play keep up.
Yeah, again, Nats can try that all day long. It's also another very difficult to hit ultimate, especially against a Fanny.
Yep.
So, yeah, step it up, I guess.
We've
That's
seen the
one way
best
to
of the best of them catch Fannies midair, but those were edits. I don't recall many Terizlas doing it
Yeah.
in Season 12.
Yeah,
True that.
Around a 1 and a 1.5 level lead here, actually, for Calteezy.
Hello!
Oh, spatial migration finally hitting up the target, but it's not even gonna go to half HP. That's how bad that Vile Requiem is at this early stage.
And the situational awareness from El Capitan Few, it's clear he could have pressed the button there, could have clicked Purify, but he knew he wasn't going to receive much damage.
Ooh, holds on to it, and that means they will have it ready for this fight if it does break out here. Irad getting chased down once more by Ogwen, who is trailing very closely and has that shield. Again, just so difficult to deal with here. This Hilda pick is just giving RSG a headache.
Yep, it's gonna be as annoying up to a certain level until it doesn't anymore. And I think AP BREN needs to, again, step on the gas.
Oh! You asked for it and you shall receive. That was out of nowhere if you were RSG, and now AP BREN capitalizing.
How's that for a bush check?
Oh, yeah.
Yikes! That's all I can say in AP BREN, that's a free turtle for them. With the roamer gone, RSG. And again, they somehow have to buy time against a Fanny that has snowballed.
My God, AP BREN's making this Baksha XP lane work.
Such a flex
What a
onto RSG after what happened earlier. We thought, yeah, that's it for that matchup. Nope. FlapTG showing that's how it's done right now.
Yeah, and this time we actually mean it. This time around, we will see AP BREN.
All right, gentlemen, just to put this into context, folks watching at home, you can play along. Imagine you're looking at your mini-map, and there's 3 heroes from your opponent's side that's running around constantly. Regardless of where you see them on the mini-map, the other 2 are almost always just at your flank.
Yep.
That's what it is. Ogwen, FlapTZ, the Fanny. No corner is safe for RSG-PH. That's why they're playing this way.
So hard to concentrate, right? Especially with all those movements. Right now, though, again, spatial migration is going to be missing again for Irad. Making it hard to land that Viral Requiem again.
Rotational speed is through the roof. They tapped into the speed force.
That is true.
And AP BREN right now, they're not stopping. They're still going fast, still applying the pressure. Look at the items, look at the massive gold gap between the Irithel and then the Bruno. Still just on the way to building a second item. He had to build a bit more defense just to survive whenever the Fanny would show up. I believe he's going to be rushing the Malefic Roar at this point as Eman.
Yeah, each and every one of them also has that move speed that we're talking about. Yeah, that's AP BREN. Lightning McQueen would be proud.
Oh, Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. Tonight is Talladega Nights, ladies and gentlemen. 11:20 p.m. from the venue. Coming in, Calteezy popping that turret.
Yeah, 3 sprints in a dream. That's going to be the call here for AP BREN trying to get out of there alive. Ogwen, no problem whatsoever. String's going to try to slow him down, but not really going to be helping. FlapTZ on the side. They're making the Baksha work here by just being a threat on the right side of that wall.
Yeah, they were controlling the jump, just in case they needed to come in for backup, but no. AP BREN, they're making RSG feel all of their 5K gold lead, every single bit of it.
Yeah, and because of the ability that RSG had to use there, that really looked like they were trying to force a reaction outward AP BREN, which they did, and that led to this, a free Lord, no contest by RSG.
At very least, we already see a possibility of a Heart Guard reset. with a fleeting time. But you know, I don't know. There's just no source of death.
All three lanes now pushing towards RSG, Philippines base. Lord up top. Ooh. You can smell it. AP BREN looking to penetrate.
It's gonna be a big push here. Irad misses with the spatial migration again. Big troubles here as we do see Calteezy try to capitalize. And that's of course a very tanky Turismo, not gonna go down in one combo. I would say if they clear this, it will be a successful defense.
Yeah, folks, that is a Fanny with a Sea Halberd, Emphasis, Malefic Roar, and with the Hunter Strike. Oh, they're continuing!
Keeping at it. Hits a knock-up, but there's no follow-up here for RSG, just trying to buy some time.
Successful defense by the Raiders. Gotta give kudos to them as they are cordoned off, locked and trapped inside their own base. They are struggling to even get waves in as AP BREN freezes the map.
It's gonna be a buy time at this point. It'll take a miracle for RSG to turn this game around. APB. Again, let's see. Calteezy can find an angle. They're playing a very tight formation. They're reducing the chances that Calteezy would just be able to fly in, pick someone off, and then fly out. At this point, RSG are just doing everything they can with the lineup that they... again, I feel like now they were forced into playing because no one expected that Fanny last pick.
At the very least, they're not really getting picked off one by one, so that's a good sign for RSG, right? But you can't really get a win just from that.
Yeah,
you got to move some point.
Not losing is different from winning.
Yes.
And RSG have done so well to stay alive. The next 30 seconds are on their side. As long as they don't die and as long as AP BREN don't try anything out of the ordinary, don't force the issue here, RSG should be safe. RSG should keep this gold lead at about 9k, 10k under. But now with this Luminous Lord looming over the Raiders' heads, elimination, rather relegation into the lower bracket imminent. They have to play this very specifically.
There's just no threat at all, man. You saw earlier Super Marco just walking up against two people from RSG all on zone.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, there's just zero catch.
I want to share a little anecdote as AP BREN will be able to freely get the sword as expected. I had a quick chat with Coach Panda and said, hey, all of us casters were expecting this to go 5 games. It's you guys as you're drafting. And then Coach Panda just walked away. He was like, acknowledged it and then laughed. And now I feel like we did it. We got to it. The 5 games, the drafting, the uniqueness, the creativity. AP BREN and RSG, I wouldn't have seen it go other way, and here we are now, AP BREN on the brink and the cusp of victory. Just cannot be overzealous now at this point. But their window of error, their margin of error is actually, their window for error is very small. It's difficult to see them messing this up.
Yeah, it has to be a combination of them over-committing and overstaying their welcome, while RSG just playing it very, very perfectly. All 3 lanes pushing up towards the Raiders.
See, that's going to happen here as Nats, again, will miss up on the penalty zone. One crucial crowd control source missing now for RSG for the next few seconds. Pushing on the mid, though. Good damage coming in from AP BREN as well, taking out that turret. This is hard to watch, man.
Yeah, this is probably game already.
Probably game right now, as long as Owen doesn't die, maybe.
He's fine as RSG make quick work of the Lord, but here comes Kyle!
Flying it up, and one crit takes out Irad. Man, a little bit too late there on the Netherrealm with Mr. Few, but because of that, RSG survives the day and might go for the counter play, and they pick one up. Few is down as well, but he's back up.
Woo! We saw a sequence like this very similar in the first years of the day where Black down! But this is a different game. Kyle Teasy playing with fire. Shocking the system. RSG still in this.
that really stirred my senses there. Calteezy going straight into 4 people.
The power of sustain. See, they're hanging on by a thread, and the thread looks like Angela's skill. RSG. Can't count them out just yet. They live to fight another Lord. AP BREN, they handled that as well as they could, but RSG, despite everything thrown at them, handled it better.
The former MSC champions, Season 9 champions, RSG, I agree, are hanging by a thread, but boy oh boy, that thread made out of Kevlar alloy, a composite of all of their collective fortitudes, and they're still in this. 5-3. I wish I could say better for their gold lead. 12k down, and they can't leave their base.
Yeah, Jella says love and hope are the 2 greatest words. Nope, it's Kevlar and alloy.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's actually possible.
I mean, you can kind of add on the Kevlar.
Kevlar's not a metal.
So you can kind of... It's actually a Fred.
I don't.
That's interesting. It's like spider silk.
All right, you know, I'm not a psychologist, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm calling my metals right.
I've met someone named Kevlar before. It took a lot of willpower not to laugh. You left. So
You failed that social interaction, Rockhard.
Easy
All
for
right,
me.
going into this third lord of the game, 16 and a half minutes in.
Albert.
This is the best way to play an Angela on the back foot, the defensive way. You
Oh!
keep him in the base and pull!
What a pull from Captain Few there! Could be more coming in close. Lapteezy trying to force it on the Nats. Earhead close by. Waiting for the proper time for the spatial migration
Missed
once
it.
more. Gonna be missing it again. And the follow-up could be lethal here. Nats trying to kind of just
Whoa.
predict where the fanny's gonna be, but not gonna be hitting the mark.
Yeah, no, I call that a DPZ, man. Defensive penalty zone. He needed every little bit of space to actually close it. And just like that, at least they're a 5-man squad to try and defend. This could be it. This could be the last fight if RSG don't clench this.
Erad's combo, Naf's penalty zone, Aqua really conserving and making the most out of the hard guard. Those are the key conditions here for RSG, or will AP BREN just throw bodies and say it's over now?
Has to be super duper perfect here. Kaltizi trying to go into the line. Kakao goes down. Few as well. Hard guard activated
Bang!
already. Emin going straight forward to steal legs. Gonna be hitting every target he can find. Low members here from AP BREN, but the sheer power of the Netherrealm will start to overwhelm the Raiders. And that could be it, folks. We got a winner. It's AP BREN in 5.